Hey, my Foxbody friends. So, I've had a couple requests asking me to show what's in my garage as far as what my cars, my Foxbodies, actually have, and to go over the 90 and my SSP Coupe. So, thought I'd share and give you more details on the vehicle. So, this here is actually my 90 GT. I'm the original owner. Got it back in high school. Graduation gift, actually from my parents. That age gives you actually my age. So it's a 1990 original California car. That's where I was born and raised. But this is what's under the hood. So what we have here is a R302 based 349 Coast High Performance stroker. Yes, it's a 349 because I actually went 40 over, had to go to 40 over on the piston setup there. Reason being was the 347. This is had to rebuild it twice, not because of oil consumption, but the last time around just got a little selfish and actually ruined 4 pistons. And if you actually run the search on my post, you can actually see what happened there. So back to it. It's a 349 inch stroker with twisted wedge heads that were ported by Ben Alameda Racing. So those of you who don't know who Ben Alameda is, he's been in the sport Foxbody in Foxbody world for a long time. Was actually credited for having one of the first West Coast naturally aspirated 302 Foxbodies to actually hit the 9s, and that was like in the 80s without any power adders or anything like that. Foxbody, that is, stock suspension and everything. So it's got twisted wedge heads. The Cobra intake was ported by him as well. A lot of you say, hey, ported intake on this setup is nothing, but she puts in a lot of power for what she has. Sure, I can actually swap it out and probably gain a bit more, but goal for this car is actually 9 seconds, and I'm pretty sure it'll be able to hit it. So it's got that. It's got the Paxton Novi 2000. So that Novi 2000 actually is the original one of the first Novis that came out. And what I mean by first, it was when Grand Natale actually still owned Paxton. Of course, people probably know now that it's actually part of the Vortec name, but this here is the actual Novi 2000, which I've had since actually 99. And believe it or not, these head units are not the same as what Paxton, or actually Vortec now calls a Novi 2000. This blower here is actually good for 30 pounds of boost at 1700 psi, which is comparable to the YSI, Vortex YSI. So definitely a great blower. What else does she have? She's got the crane 1.6 rockers, got a comp cam as well, line lock, the line lock there, and oh yes, Snow Stage 2 Performance kit, which I actually have as a dual injection here set up there. What else does she have? Oh, it's PMAS mass air meter that I went with, and at the time it was actually called a Stage 2 setup as far as the fuel system, rails and everything like that. So it's a -8 feed and a -6 return, and the pickup is a -10. So 80 pounds SK or SD injectors, Simon Dika injectors, and that's pretty much the sum of what's under the hood. As far as exhaust, it has nothing fancy, actually a cheap stuff set that I picked up 16 years ago from a local board member here. They're just Flowtech full-length headers, made it to Mac exhaust here, basically Mac H-pipe and original Flowmaster dual chamber mufflers, which I've had since 1990, and you can probably see under there. Let's take a look there. I've had those guys on there for quite a while. As far as suspension is concerned, she's got UPR set up there, tubular. Had that on there for 20 years almost, actually not 20 years, yeah, close to 20 years, over 17 years. UPR up front, and UPR setup, majority of the setup in the back is UPR minus the anti-roll bar. As far as interior is concerned, nothing fancy here, just an auto power. It's actually this is Maximum Motorsport setup here, which I definitely got to change. Corbeau seats, which I've had since 1995, I want to say 96. I've had these same seats. They changed to black. Back then it was just cool to have a different offset color, but I'm gonna go to black. Typical odometer gauges. You know, you got your fuel. Actually got an Innovate wideband boost. There you go. All odometer phantom setup here. The shifter itself is a B&M Pro ratchet setup that I had to, you know, fabricate to get to fit into there, but you know, she works. And then nothing fancy up there. Stock steering wheel, but the steering wheel I actually have linked up to my line lock, which is controlled down here. And this was a two-step that I used to use when it was a stick car. I had TKO in there. 5-point Corbeau harness is here in the car, so as you can see. And then stock computer. I actually got a stock computer here that but I use to link up to a tweaker and a binary editor, so that's what I use to tune the car. Rear seats have been deleted. Haven't had those seats in a long time, so as you can see, rear seats have been deleted, and batteries relocated to the back. As far as fuel pump, it's got an Aeromotive A1000 that I've had for years. It's probably been rebuilt 9 years. I'm talking almost 17 years too. So it's been rebuilt twice. Actually, 3 times. The first time it was rebuilt was because I let the car sit, and it basically got ruined by old fuel. That's what caused actually both rebuilds. But now she's, you know, knock on wood, she's doing pretty good. That's pretty much it as far as the setup on the car is. Electric fan, your basic junkyard dual fan there that I picked for what, $30 and stuff. So what else? AC eliminator kit from March. Pulley setup actually on the blower is an 8-rib setup. It was initially a cog setup, but when I had the stick shift, it didn't do too well in between shifts because of the, you know, tension loss in between. Probably work well now with the C4, but that's a little different. Pretty happy with the way it's set up now. I mean, sure, I can get, you know, boost slip or belt slip, but it's okay. Solid motor mounts as well. That's probably pretty much it. Transmission is a C4. You probably guys have seen the videos that I had on the C4 install. So built by a local guy here with all performance automotive parts. So that's that. That's the 90 GT. Don't really drive it much. As far as rims and tires, nothing special. Just fancy drag, nothing fancy. Just drag lights there that I've plastic dipped the inner portion, give it a little different look. And believe it or not, still running 28 splined axles, but they're hardened from Mosier. So I got the hardened set there, and the gears in the rear are 355s, so which have been in there for a long time. When I mean long, 91, I put those gears in, or had those gears put in. So that's that. That's where this sits. That's actually my 90 GT. So the other car is the 92 SS Coupe. This one here I got about 6 years ago. Was actually in the market for looking for a Foxbody convertible, but found this guy because I wanted to get another Foxbody that I knew I wouldn't touch, but you know how that goes. So this is a 92 SSP Coupe. There it is there. It's got 18-inch rims, along with rear disc conversion there. There's actually all the Cobra slotted, actually Cobra setup, but with slotted and drilled rotors there. You know, one of the things it actually has here, let me show you, it still has its actually, as you can see here, police interceptor tag, which is pretty cool. It's got 373 gears. Transmission is actually a Tremec TKO that I pulled from the 90 GT and swapped into here. Interior is pretty old-fashioned, but you know, it's actually pretty clean. It's got a little harness there, nothing fancy. That's the SSP Coupe here. As far as this guy's concerned, the setup is, it's nothing really crazy. I don't know if you can see that there, but this is another way you can tell that it's an SSP. Is actually the certified calibration identification on the speedometer there. So that, and you can see down here, they actually have the trunk release mounted here. That's how they had it set up. So as far as performance wise, this guy is just a regular 302 with nitrous oxide. So I've got the nitrous controls here, basic standard what do you call it, gauges, and I actually have a Marshall's gauge here that is blacked out, but that shows me my actual pressure. And then under the hood, I'll show you here, it's not as fancy as the other one is, so got cut off there, but it's not as fancy as the other one is. It's actually got a better intake than the race car does, but it's trick flow intake, full length headers, same thing, setup as far as the exhaust is concerned. And oh my, I didn't see that actually pop out. Looky, that's probably why she was stalling out a little bit. Air filter popped out. No big deal, it's right there. But anyways, it's got AC still. It's got a Nitrous Express Proton kit, which I like because it's very easy to set up. Wet kit. Got a bottle heater as well. So I've got that pill to 175 horses, which is a lot of fun, you know. So it's got good brakes, and suspension mods not really that much. I mean, it has subframe connectors and all that, but nothing more than that. Still got the factory K member. So that's it. That's what I have in my garage. If you guys have any questions, or about your setup or my setup, feel free to ask, and I'll help you guys out. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I want to thank the new subscribers that have basically shown interest in one of the passions that I have, and they probably may share as well, Fox bodies. So there are the cars. It's my little Mazda SSP and my 90 GT. Alright, take care.